Have you ever spent days, maybe even weeks building a piece of furniture you were genuinely proud of, only to place it in your home and feel like something is off? Like it somehow looks cheaper than you imagined, even though you know the craftsmanship is solid. Because here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't talk about. In today's design world, your furniture doesn't get judged by how hard you worked on it. It gets judged by how it looks in the room. And the difference between a custom handmade masterpiece and something that looks like a weekend DIY project often comes down to a few subtle design mistakes that almost nobody warns you about. And what makes this even more frustrating is that these mistakes are not about your skill level. You could have perfect joinery, strong materials, and hours of effort behind your work, and still unknowingly sabotage the final result. Not because you built it wrong, but because you styled it wrong. Because high-end design in 2026 isn't just about building furniture. It's about how that furniture interacts with space, light, texture, and perception. And if you miss that layer, your work loses value instantly, both visually and financially. So in this video, we're breaking down 5 specific interior design mistakes that are quietly making your handmade furniture look cheap, and more importantly, how to fix them so your pieces actually look like they belong in a luxury showroom, not a garage workshop. Let's start with the first mistake, and this one alone is responsible for ruining more beautiful projects than you might think: the high gloss trap. Now at first glance, a glossy finish feels like the right choice. It looks polished, it reflects light, it feels complete. But here's the problem. In modern interior design, that ultra-shiny, plastic-like surface is one of the fastest ways to make real wood look fake. It flattens the character of the grain, creates harsh reflections, and gives your piece that mass-produced, factory-coated appearance. And the irony is, you probably chose that finish to protect your work, but in doing so, you actually hid the very thing that makes it valuable: the natural texture and depth of the wood. High-end furniture today doesn't scream for attention with shine. It draws you in with subtlety. Matte finishes, low sheen oils, ceramic-infused coatings, they don't sit on top of the wood. They become part of it. They allow light to move across the surface instead of bouncing off it. And that single shift from reflective to natural can instantly elevate your piece from DIY project to designer furniture. Now once you start seeing this, you can't unsee it. Walk into any premium furniture showroom and notice how nothing is overly glossy. Everything feels soft, controlled, intentional. That's not an accident, that's design psychology at work. Because when something looks natural, it feels expensive. When it looks coated, it feels manufactured. And that perception alone can determine whether someone values your piece at $100 or $1,000. Now let's move into the second mistake. And this one is even more subtle, but just as damaging: inconsistent hardware choices. You could build the most beautiful cabinet, table, or dresser, but the moment you add cheap, generic hardware, the entire piece drops in perceived value, instantly. Because hardware is not just functional, it's visual language. It tells people whether your piece is intentional or improvised. And here's where most people go wrong. They treat hardware as an afterthought. They grab whatever is available, whatever is affordable, whatever fits. But high-end design doesn't work like that. Every detail is curated. Every element has weight, scale, and presence. If you put tiny, lightweight handles on a large, solid wood cabinet, it creates imbalance. It feels off even if the viewer can't explain why. On the other hand, when hardware is chosen correctly, solid brass, hand-forged steel, or even integrated wooden pulls, it anchors the entire piece. It adds contrast, texture, and a sense of permanence. It tells the eye, this was designed, not assembled. And that's the difference you're aiming for. But here's the deeper insight. Luxury is not about complexity, it's about consistency. When your hardware, your wood, your finish, and your proportions all speak the same design language, your piece feels cohesive. And cohesion is what creates that high-end look people are willing to pay for. Now the third mistake is where things start to go beyond the furniture itself. And this is where most people completely miss the mark. It's what I call the isolation effect. This is when you build a great piece, but place it in an environment that doesn't support it. And as a result, the piece doesn't stand out. It feels out of place. Imagine placing a warm walnut table in a room filled with cool grey tones, harsh lighting, and mismatched textures. No matter how well that table is built, it will feel disconnected, almost accidental. And that's because furniture doesn't exist in isolation. It exists within a visual ecosystem. Colors, materials, lighting, spacing, they all interact. And when they clash, your furniture loses its impact. High-end interiors solve this by creating harmony. They use rugs to anchor pieces, lighting to highlight them, and color palettes that complement the wood's natural undertones. A simple warm light above a table can enhance its richness. A neutral rug underneath can ground it. Even the wall color behind it can either elevate it or completely flatten its presence. And this is where the mindset shift happens. You're not just building furniture anymore, you're designing experiences. You're thinking about how your piece lives in a space, not just how it looks on its own. And once you start doing that, everything changes. Your work stops looking like an addition and starts looking like a centerpiece. Now here's where it gets even more interesting, because the next two mistakes we're about to cover are the ones that separate hobbyists from professionals. These are the details that people don't consciously notice, but they feel immediately. And they're often the reason why one piece looks like it belongs in a luxury catalogue, while another looks like it belongs in a garage sale. And that brings us to the fourth mistake. And this is where even skilled builders quietly lose credibility: visible assembly flaws. Now let's be honest for a second. Most people think it's just a small screw head. It's just a tiny gap. No one will notice. But here's the reality. People may not consciously point it out, but they feel it immediately. Because visible fasteners, uneven seams, or poorly filled joints send a very specific signal to the brain. It says unfinished. It says temporary. It says this wasn't meant to be premium. And in today's design standard, especially moving into 2026, luxury is defined by restraint and precision. Clean lines, seamless connections, hidden complexity. The less you see, the more expensive it feels. That's why high-end furniture almost looks effortless, because all the effort is hidden beneath the surface. Joinery is concealed. Fasteners are invisible. Edges are intentional. Now here's the good news: you don't need advanced tools or a full workshop upgrade to fix this. You just need to shift how you approach the final 10% of your build. Instead of asking, is this strong enough? Start asking, does this look intentional? Because even something as simple as replacing exposed screws with wood plugs done cleanly and aligned with the grain can turn a flaw into a feature. Using contrasting plugs? That's no longer a mistake, that's design. Filling gaps properly, sanding transitions smoothly, aligning edges perfectly, these are the details that separate handmade from high-end. Because at the end of the day, people don't pay for effort, they pay for finish. And the finish is where perception is decided. Now let's talk about the fifth mistake. And this one might be the most overlooked of all: neglecting proportion. This is the silent killer of good design. You can have the right materials, the right finish, even the right hardware. But if your proportions are off, the entire piece feels heavy, clunky, and unrefined. And this usually happens when we overbuild. Thicker legs for strength, bulkier frames for durability, extra material just to be safe. But what ends up happening is that the piece loses elegance. It loses lightness. It feels more like a block than a design. High-end furniture does the opposite. It removes weight visually, even when the structure is strong. Legs are tapered. Edges are chamfered. Profiles are slimmed down. There's space between elements. Air flows through the design. And that creates a sense of sophistication that instantly elevates the piece. Think about it like this. Two tables can be built from the exact same wood. One has thick, square legs and heavy edges. The other has slightly tapered legs, softened corners, and refined proportions. Same material. Same function. Completely different perception. One looks like a workshop project. The other looks like it belongs in a designer showroom. And here's where everything connects. Because once your proportions are right, your finish is controlled, your hardware is intentional, your joinery is clean, and your piece is placed correctly within a space, something powerful happens. Your work stops looking like something you made and starts looking like something people want to buy. And that's the real goal here. Not just to build furniture, but to build pieces that carry value. Pieces that feel intentional. Pieces that command attention without trying too hard. So let's bring this all together. If your handmade furniture has ever felt like it's missing something, it's probably not your skill. It's these subtle design decisions. The high gloss that hides your grain. The hardware that breaks your visual balance. The environment that disconnects your piece. The small flaws that signal unfinished. And the proportions that quietly throw everything off. Fix these and you don't just improve your furniture. You completely transform how people perceive your work. So here's what I want you to do next. Go look at one piece you've already built. Just one. And run it through these 5 filters. Is the finish enhancing or hiding the wood? Does the hardware match the scale and quality? Does the piece belong in its environment? Are there any visible flaws breaking the illusion? And do the proportions feel light or heavy? Because the moment you start asking those questions, you stop building like a hobbyist, and you start thinking like a designer. And if this video made you see your work differently, if it made you realize that small details are what create big value, then make sure you subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about building things. We talk about building them in a way that actually elevates your income, your skill, and your mindset. And before you go, drop a comment below and tell me, which of these 5 mistakes have you been making without realizing it? Because awareness is the first step, but action is what changes everything. Because at the end of the day, the difference between cheap and luxury isn't your tools, it's your decisions. And now you know exactly what to fix. I'll see you in the next video.